Putting a Republican in charge of anything is about as effective as nominating a wet paper towel as your leader. That's right, Republicans don't really want to lead, they want power. And now, Marco Rubio is freaking out as his State Department revolts against him. Truth be told, Republicans don't really care about making America great again or even making America better. They only care about power, control, and blind loyalty. This in turn makes them awful leaders. This is why they're completely choking on economic policy.
The effects of this bill on the American public, if it goes into effect, are predictably a body blow for the Republican Party. And as it gets closer to game day and they've got to actually pull the trigger on this, they're seeing that more and more, and they're getting more and more nervous. Right now, as you and I are talking, a small sort of tea leaves in the Congress measure has just occurred, which is that today's vote has been moved forward from 6 p.m. to 4 p.m. That may seem like nothing, but it means that the Republicans are responding to the desire of their members to get to the airport today and get their flights home. So this is no longer DEFCON 1, stick around the Capitol, we're going to get this done. They have collapsed back to a very regular schedule of everybody going home for the weekend while they try to figure it out. That's a big step back.
And as if this thirst for absolute power isn't evident enough, it becomes even clearer when you take a look at how Trump wants to undo the Fed.
Your name has been floated in some media reports as a possible replacement for Fed chair come next year. Your response, is that a job you'd consider taking?
Look, I'll do what the president wants, but I think I have the best job in Washington. We're making meaningful change.
This is also why we see a double standard when it comes to Supreme Court rulings.
There was a universal injunction that stopped the Biden student loan plan in its tracks. A Texas judge issued a ruling saying that the Biden student loan plan violated this law and that law, and he stopped it across the nation. The Biden administration tried to come to the United States Supreme Court to get a ruling on the question of nationwide injunctions, and this court passed them by. But now, 5 months into the Trump administration, it's pressing, and we must decide whether or not universal injunctions pose this grave threat to the executive and to the rule of law. Justice Sotomayor is right. This is gamesmanship, plain and simple, and this court has effectively facilitated this administration today.
This is all greatly concerning, but really it's nothing compared to the moment you've been waiting for. Because Marco Rubio has been left panicking as his entire department revolts against him. Chaos is erupting inside the State Department as Secretary of State Marco Rubio faces a full-blown mutiny from his own staff. 6 months into the Trump administration, insiders describe morale as cratered, and it's not hard to see why. Rubio is pushing for a sweeping 15% reduction in the department's workforce, planning mass layoffs that could gut America's diplomatic corps. Yet in a move that has stunned many, he's simultaneously ordering remaining employees to work longer hours and churn out propaganda to glorify Donald Trump's presidency. A bombshell report from the Washington Post reveals just how bad things have gotten. Career diplomats are openly furious, knowing that while they're being forced to hustle harder, their jobs are likely on the chopping block. As one exasperated staffer put it, doing extra shifts while this axe is swinging above our heads is just devastating to morale. This week, Rubio's department issued an action request demanding embassies worldwide send back glossy photos of 4th of July parties, smiling children, happy families, and diplomats beaming, all while thousands fear they could be pink-slipped any day. Another state staffer told the Post, "To me, the irony of asking for happy photos while threatening to fire thousands is peak Trumpism." Making matters worse, the department just rewrote layoff guidelines, streamlining the process to remove entire swaths of employees without considering vital factors like foreign language expertise or international experience. According to one veteran diplomat, The administration's approach is not about retaining talent, it's about slashing numbers for a political win. For Secretary Rubio, the backlash is intense and growing by the day. As fears of a massive purge spread, his department's ability to function and America's standing abroad could be the next casualties. Well, at the end of the day, when you fire a bunch of people, then demand the remaining people do extra work, you're not setting yourself up to be a very well-liked boss. But again, building morale, that doesn't matter to Republicans, so long as Donald Trump is glorified and they get their despicable way. It's pathetic, it's cringe, but that's what you get with Republicans.